Welcome to another edition of Thunder and Lightning. This is episode 4 of the Hard Knocks recap episode. Nikki, welcome back. I know you had to catch up on last week's Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And of course, we watched this week's Hard Knocks. It was a lot of fun the last couple of weeks. This week was more of the down to, all right, it's pro days and player interviews, the top 50 players coming to the facilities, more interviews and everything else like that. So before we get into tonight's episode, since you didn't get to talk about last week's episode, is there anything you want to hit before we go on to tonight's episode and get your round of applause for being right the whole time?
It was right the whole time. Saquon Barkley was butthurt and he didn't want to be there. And really that was the crux of the whole thing, which I think, and Danny, you know this, I maintained that train of thought for a very long time. Like I didn't budge on that, just like the Patriots were not budging from the 3 spot.
Right.
So, and of course everybody was like, well, you know what you're talking about. And, all this stuff. And it's just kind of like, well, it was obvious with the way negotiations were going that he wasn't happy and he didn't want to be in New York. And I think you get to that part where they're like, okay, if it's a 3-year, $25 million guarantee, and then it's like, will that do it? And, Ed Barry's like, well, I don't know. And it's this back and forth. And like, that's very irritating for the other side. Like, I kind of like understand Joe Schoen's position. We're just kind of like, all right, just give me an answer, like shit or get off the pot. Right.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I saw all the commentary last week and I didn't watch the full episode. So I couldn't say anything because I knew it was going to be like, well, you didn't watch it. So what do you know?
Right.
But I was right the whole time. So
yeah, you were spot on. You didn't budge at all. I was more of the fan fiction of like, ooh, what if? That's
what you get for being a homer.
It is what it is. Someone has to be.
For being
That's why we're the yin and yang. We are the sports show about nothing.
I just know, I'm not saying you haven't been in negotiations. I'm sure with your job you have, or you've been part of those discussions. I just think that I looked at this a little bit differently and I negotiate things and contracts all day long. Right. And you just can tell, like there's certain things you could pick up on when you do this. And I called it from the jump. So he was butthurt. And I guess today he made this comparison about Applebee's and Olive Garden. Like they're not even rivals. Like what the hell are you talking about? Like,
yeah. For those that didn't watch, he was on the latest Diana Rossini and Chase Daniels podcast, Scoop This. Diana drove to Philly to interview Saquon 101. So we finally got Saquon's side of the story and how what they're showing on Hard Knocks, you make it seem like they've like talked to Saquon like on the regular when they only talked to him like basically twice. So
but Danny, I don't think Hard Knocks is making it look like they've talked to him all the time.
I agree with you. I'm just saying.
I know that. I'm asking you. I know you're giving a synopsis. I'm trying not to have a repeat of last night.
No, I know.
I know you're giving the rundown for people who don't know. I was just asking if you thought. I thought Hard Knocks is pretty accurate in what they've portrayed the conversations to be.
Right. Of course, Saquon has to put his own spin on it. So, of course, he's going to say, oh, the Giants didn't really talk to me and everything else.
But it didn't look like they really talked to him anyway. So,
right. I agree with
one conversation.
Yeah. And that one was, we all know how poorly that went. So.
That one conversation said it all. If you didn't understand or think he was butthurt and it was going nowhere, then if you watch that conversation back and you still didn't think that, I don't know, go take a course in body language and nonverbal communication. Okay.
So knowing Saquon as a Giant the last 6 years and watching basically every single interview that you and me have witnessed of Saquon, Saquon is a very he's like me. He needs to have everybody to like him. I see I'm even making fun of myself. He needs to
Oh, you
have everybody
admitted it.
he needs to have people to like him, and he's going to have the positive spin on every single thing. And this go around on whatever it's on X or whatever, he needs to he does get a little upset with how certain images of him are portrayed. So with that being said, it's just really
It's reality TV though. Like,
right. And I think with Saquon, he mentions in the interview that the whole Daniel Jones scenario being up to the last second of the franchise tag deadline, so he didn't even get to negotiate. We know you're going to get into it that we did give him offers before all this happened, and I think he also feels hurt because he's the franchise guy. Okay, Daniel Jones, who he loves, but he got a contract on, AT got a contract on, and Dexter Lawrence got a contract on. If I'm the
business is not about feelings though. Feeling bad is bad for business. It's not a personal thing.
Right. And he mentions that, but for him, he was also in his feelings with that situation. And you can tell he was really bothered by it and hurt. And he still admits that he still wanted to be a Giant for life. And he just, unfortunately, as we saw throughout the whole Hard Knocks up until this week, this Hard Knocks situation, it was really that, okay, go test the market. We do not want to give you an insulting offer. In actuality, it was still insulting to him. So I
think no matter what the Giants were going to give him, he would have felt insulted because he wasn't paid first.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. So there was absolutely no winning from the Giants' perspective of things. You're going to look bad regardless because Saquon basically knew it was over. Once you got this franchise tag, it's basically a wrap. And unless something magically happens in the 12th hour, John Mara.
Oh my God. What a busybody. That's what I've learned so far. 4 episodes in, he's a busybody. Go do something. I'd be so annoyed with him knocking on my door every 2 seconds. Like,
right. So
talking about, he's going to be sick. I can't sleep if Saquon goes to Philly. I mean, like,
and that was the other tidbit. The Giants weren't even on his radar when he was talking to his family. So if my memory serves me right, obviously Philly was number 1, and that was the clear-cut no-brainer. He's from Pennsylvania, basically. He moved from the Bronx to Pennsylvania. He went to Penn State. Everybody's local for him, you know what I mean? So no-brainer. And then the other 2 teams, he seemed intrigued, and he felt the love from other teams. He was like, all right, I'm breaking up with a spouse or a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and I'm testing the market, you know what I mean? So he feels the love and the warmth from other teams, and he's like, wow, okay, like what's up with the Giants? Why aren't the Giants budging? Like, all right, it's done. All right, I'm not even expecting them to give me a call. Whatever offer they're going to give me on the table is very insulting, and it's over. And they're going to let us know it's going to be over and see you later. The one thing I didn't love about Saquon on how naive he was, thinking the blowback, like his logical reasoning why he didn't think people were going to blow back on him. But we are fans, and when you go to the rival team, you are going to get some bullshit.
I don't buy that for 1 second that he's that naive. I don't think he's being advised or had been advised properly, but right. You are a Giant. You know that that's a massive rivalry. You absolutely cannot tell me that you are that naive into thinking that the fan base wasn't going to be upset at you for going to a rival. Like, I don't buy that for 1 second. But I actually am kind of glad we did this little mini role play because you are actually like, this is actually really good because I take the harder business side to it and you're taking the softer feeling Saquon side to it. And I think it's naturally falling between the both of us the way it should be. Like, he was offered something, okay? Like, how many offers had to be turned down for him? Nothing was good enough for him. And
Right.
what kind of love did you need to feel? Like, did you need to be paid first? Like, you have to understand all these factors that go into it. Like, and then you can't take it. I think I've told you this. The best quote I've ever seen said, take it professionally, don't take it personally. You're an aging running back coming off of injuries. So, you know, I don't know. You left for an extra $1 million. You knew what you were doing. Philly was your top choice. So don't sit here and compare it to Applebee's and Olive Garden, and don't fucking sit here and play this stupid naive game, Saquon, because you knew what you were doing, and I don't want to hear it. You can miss me on the bullshit. Have fun in Philly.
Right. No, and you're 100% right. I'm just talking as if I was Saquon.
I know, I get it. And I'm taking the business side, and I'm taking some of these logical fans that you cannot come out here and convince me that you're going to tell me you went to the Giants, one of the most hated rivals. You were the face of this franchise. So you can't have it both ways. You can't sit here and say your argument is you were the face of the franchise. You should have felt the love. You should have been paid first. And then you want to turn around and be like, well, I didn't think the fans were going to be this upset with me. You just said you're the face of the franchise. So get your fucking story straight. Like, and that's the thing. He can't. His camp cannot get the story straight. Fact of the matter is, you let emotions take over, Saquon. That's what it was. I don't think you were advised properly over the past few years. You were pissed that you got franchise tag. You got pissed that Dex got paid. You got pissed that Daniel Jones got paid. You didn't like what the Giants offered you. Philly was your top choice. You jumped for an extra $1 million. Your life is not that different at 25, 26 million. Okay. And you knew what the fuck you were doing. So this sob story, I mean, really, I don't need it.
No, I'm with you. And
all right, so tonight, you seem upset about tonight's episode. Like, you came on and you were like, this episode sucked.
No, I thought in my head, I forgot there was 5 episodes. So I thought we were going to get the Neighbors draft pick. Obviously, that's next week.
But I was right about something else. New England was never budging.
You were right with New England never budging, obviously.
I'm going to go pull up everybody who commented. I said that a couple weeks ago, and people were just kind of like, oh, you have no idea. You didn't watch it. You don't know what you're watching. What show are you watching? Of course they would have. Like I said,
it was going to be the Trey Lance. It was going to be the Trey Lance trade all over again, and we saw how that panned out. They're just lucky that Brock Purdy, the last pick of the draft, was actually worth something. So, obviously, I think it was pretty cool to see draft day. Once again, they show Saquon talking to Carmen Barcillo, the new offensive line coach, and he's ranting and raving about the pickups that we got. Saquon was just being that like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
no, he's trying to get in. Yeah, no.
He's trying to get more.
Doing. He's calculating. He knows what he's doing.
He's getting the deets, and he's trying to act cool about it, but
act cool when you run into your ex, like, oh, hey, what's up? How's your new girlfriend? Oh, cool. Hope you guys are happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people like fake that. Me, I wouldn't be fake about it. Probably.
Well, yeah, you're the exception to the rule. But
I didn't even talk to you. I just look at you, keep it pushing. Like, oh, I knew you. I dated you. What the fuck's wrong with me?
Yeah.
How about Joe Schoen's Kids basically putting the draft together for us? You like that?
Yeah, I do love it. Actually, I was his son. Jaden Daniels, no matter what. Funny. And it was really funny. Dave's loves Jaden Daniels. Loves him. So that's going to be fun.
It's kind of a shame because it's like, I kind of wish he got to pick his guy, in that sense. Like, I wish Dave's and Shane could have picked their guy. I don't know. I don't think like Daniel Jones is their guy. You know what I mean? And then watching those draft classes back, I even text you. It was like, what a shot to the heart, right?
Yeah, that 2020 draft class. But yeah, they went through the whole list of the last 2016 draft on there. We all know the names. There was a lot of hits, a lot of misses, and they were going through all that. And obviously, they were like giving a rundown of Dave's if we trade up. Obviously, it's going to either be May or Daniels. Obviously, it's going to be too much. It's going to take a lot. So hopefully, Neighbors or Harrison Jr. or Rome from Washington was going to be there. They showed the clip of the three of them being coached up by Grow, and Grow was flat out said Neighbors is the guy. If we are able to get him, we got to get him. And I think the tone has changed in the Giants facility of, all right, Neighbors is ultimately going to be our guy. We're gonna try to trade up the day of the draft. We're gonna try to trade up if the offers are too outlandish, which we expect. Joe Schoen seems to be prepared, and you can't knock him for that. That's about. There wasn't really anything of Brandon Brown talking to Mr. Mara about the 04 draft with Eli and Ernie Accorsi was pretty cool. Nothing really crazy.
I like that scene because it's like when you really believe in something or someone and you're willing to like risk it all because you believe in it that much and you're like, no, this is the way to go. This is our guy. Like that's what you like to see, the unwavering belief. And yes, they gave up a lot, but we won 2 Super Bowls with Eli Manning. So I mean, I love that part because it's like, that's the kind of belief I have in myself when it comes to things. You know what I mean? You have to have that. If you don't have that and you don't have a strong conviction in a decision that you're about to make, nobody else is going to like buy into you. So I actually love that part. And I liked watching it back, being a little bit older now, not much older, a little bit older.
A little bit older.
You're a little older today too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a little older. But yeah, it was cool to see that memory road. I'm going to be very upset when Brandon Brown is no longer with the Giants.
Yeah, I don't think we have him for much longer. I'll be upset with you right there. But I thought it was cool to just kind of see, you know, everything that goes into it. The poker chips are on the table and you know, all of the thinking that has to go into this and all the pieces that are moving and how one deal affects another deal and that deal affects something else. And as Joe Schoen was saying, like sometimes patience is not his strong suit. And I think it was the Brian Burns portion of the show. And you know, their backup contingency players are getting taken by other teams and you're waiting for Carolina. And like, how would you deal with that? Like, I'd probably be like pacing the room. Like I don't have patience. So I'd probably be losing my mind.
For someone knocking Mr. Mara, you are that same person with certain situations.
I'm not a busybody. Ask my team. I let them do their job, but
not a busybody, but you'll be pacing around, be like, okay. But I think we also have to mention the first time in 4 weeks we saw him out of his doldrums. Coach Kafka was actually a part of the show twice this episode.
A birthday special for you.
Yeah, he showed up twice and he was just giving the simple things, and it was more of the Dave show, which we've been saying all along, with the decision making. And it was basically, if you love May so much, you gotta go get him if that's the case. And then they were like, all right, if we can get him, we'll get him. But if not, we're gonna just have to trot out Daniel Jones for one more season and make do with it and get him a playmaker, and we build up the offensive line. So
well, and I mean they did that. They both agreed that the offensive line needed attention. They got a playmaker. And how funny was it when Joe Schoen and his kids were playing Uno, and his son, I think, was the one that was like, "Oh, people come up to me and say like, tell your dad to do this." Like, could you imagine, like, if you were the Giants GM and your kids are in school and they're like, my dad said to tell your dad to take this guy.
That must be like insane. Like you're like, if you're Brian Dable or any big football coach and general manager,
and your kids are just like in a public school with other,
well, not even public school, just any type of school, because you're going to have fans of that team. And I mean, Mondays after a loss must suck.
Those kids probably stay home from school that day. I wonder if they get extra like homeschool days. All right, so today was your birthday.
So next let's wrap up. Next week's obviously going to be the draft.
Well, we know next week's the draft, so
it's going to be. Before we forget, it was really cool seeing the neighbor interview again. I do have to say one thing that actually pissed me off about Dave's.
What
was him so relaxed in the interview process? Like his feet were up. Like, what are you doing?
So what?
I don't know. That was a little weird.
I wear yoga pants when I interview people.
I know but you don't have your feet up on the desk.
Maybe I do. How do you know? I've never interviewed.
I highly doubt you do. unless it's
Yeah.
some ploy to get the client to sign quicker. But
That's how I close all my deals.
all right, we've had a rough week with you. Let's
we've
not
had a rough
bring
week.
let's not bring more fodder to that.
Yeah, we're not. Yes, next week is next week the last episode?
Yeah, next week's the last episode. We're gonna
Okay,
see
good.
what happens with the draft. I'm excited. Like
You,
that
you
part.
don't seem excited. I got to tell you, you seem like downtrodden today. Like, I know you're older. Like you
Yeah,
seem
this
like
episode was whatever. Like I guess I just didn't look at the time, and I thought we were gonna see the neighbors pick. Silly me for not knowing TV good enough for
well,
always
there you
watching that.
go. Not
That's my
managing
fault.
your
Hand up,
expectations.
hand up. That's on me. But I
Reality
like,
TV 101. They're not going to give you
yeah.
the goods.
But I
especially the last week of next week.
do like the interview process between them, and it was like all right, we need you to be a dog. You're a dog. We've coached guys similar to you. It's just how you're gonna be able to harness those negative, angry thoughts. And Dave's even admitted he's a hothead as well, which we all know. We've
Love that
seen it.
part. Yeah.
I also loved how he's confident in the locker room. When Rome asked, like, if I was to come here, what are you expecting with leadership role and everything else like that? So that was really cool to see as well. And Dave was very adamant about we're very careful on how we're building this team, and you can see that for better or worse, that those building pieces are slowly implementing, hopefully into year 3 of their regime finally takes off. You know what I mean? So that all in all was a good part of the episode. So
All right.
out of the 4 episodes, this was definitely number 4 for me. But
oh my god. Well, you'll enjoy next week. I'll enjoy next week because last week we have to do 2 shows a week. So I'll be happy about that. I want to know, how was your birthday? Did you work? Did you take the day off? What did you do?
I worked like a idiot, but it was a fun day at work. I kept my head down. I grinded, and I just was not heard or seen from basically the whole day. So
did the office do like the birthday cake? Like, do you guys do that?
No. So here's the thing with work. We merged with another department. So the women that I work with for the last 11 years, they know it was my birthday, but the other 5 or 6 people, I didn't tell them it was my birthday. We don't do parties anymore. But if it was just our smaller unit, we probably would have done a party. But
did the ladies in the office get you anything? Did they?
No, not this go around. We stopped doing those parties.
Why? Damn.
Because it's like they didn't want to add the extra people, and it's just we're close with them, but it's not like all right.
The 6 of them could have pitched in and got you like a Fanatics gift card or something.
I agree, but it is what it is. I don't mind.
If you work at Hello Green, you just get your birthday off. So,
damn. No, before I forget, I can't say thank you enough for your cameo. How much do I owe you for that cameo?
Just free on your birthday.
As much as you were really appreciative of me, in Nick fashion, it still was about you.
Yeah, I made it all about me.
All jokes aside, I really do appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that reached out. Like, it's really funny. Like, I like to be in my own bubble, which we all know, and you make fun of me about. And like the happy birthdays on Twitter, unprovoked, was pretty cool. I do know I have to take more pictures this season at tailgates, at games with.
You're gonna be cheesing? I mean, you are cheesing in every picture.
Well, before those are like tailgates, so I'm obviously lubed up and like happy. And then the one photo with my friend Chris, he flew in from Chicago that game, and he sought me out and was like, "Hey, where you're sitting?" And I'm already at my seats. I'm here. And he came up to visit me. So it was really cool to get all the birthday wishes. And
yeah,
one day of year,
birthday wishes before. Were you the kid in class that like only got like one Valentine's Day card? You know, because when we were in school, you didn't have to get a card for everybody. But you seem like so surprised. Like,
no, it's just like I don't seek out the attention. You know what I mean? So it's
here
cool.
We go. I'm good guy Danny. I don't seek out the attention.
I don't.
I'm just your everyday I'm just
All
your
right.
everyday guy eating a hot dog with ketchup and mustard on it and a
Yummy.
cupcake for my birthday. What'd you have
Yep.
for cake today? Or did you? I know you had Oreo something last
No,
night.
we didn't do cake. We went to Ralph's. I had a spumoni ice, which
A
was
what?
good. It's a Italian flavored ice. It's
You call it what? Spumoni?
yes, spumoni. It's a combination of creamolata, pistachio, and pistachio nuts in it, and chocolate. So it's a nice blend.
Creamolata?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What's creamolata?
It's like a creamy it's like a creamy not creamsicle, but it's like a nice taste. I can't really describe the actual taste, but it's good.
Well, I hope it's not creamsicle because creamsicle,
No,
chocolate, and pistachio sounds
no,
foul.
no, no. It's terrible. But if you
Sounds
know
like
what,
the Dunkin' Roulette I made you drink a few weeks ago.
yeah, no, no, no. It's actually a good tasting ice, so I got that. Dinner was
Okay.
great. I know it's not your favorite, but it was one. It's my favorite.
What,
So
pizza?
no, I didn't get pizza. I had chicken parm with spaghetti. So
Oh God, where's the picture?
I actually had to charge my phone. I didn't
Oh,
charge.
this is the excuse you gave me last night and the night
I
before.
did.
So I
I'm
love
trying to be better.
every time.
I'm trying to be better.
Time
I'm
it's
trying to
time
be
for
better.
you to take a picture
I'm
with your food. You
I
miraculously
took a
need
picture
to
of the
charge
ice.
your phone at the same time.
I'm
It is
trying to be
crap. And you know
better.
what you should have done? You know what you should have done? You know all the hell that I've been through these past 5 days. I don't want to hear it. You should have taken a picture
It's
of it.
my
And if
birthday.
you got a little chicken hate, too bad.
It was good. And I'm trying to be
Where
better.
are these pictures? Why are you ruining the segment? Like,
It's the typical chicken parm, which is
I
good.
need to see it. The world needs to see it.
All right,
This is everybody's favorite part.
I will send the stock photo on.
I don't want the stock photo. It needs to be your photos, okay? You need to stop charging your phone before you eat. You act like you don't know when dinner time is. Like, I'm sure your wife tells you, like, Danny, dinner in a half hour. Like, you know this, so plan ahead. Charge your phone, take a picture of your food, and send it so we can actually do this thing called promotion of a segment. That would help. That would be helpful.
Well, we could see what you eat tonight.
I ate a salad tonight. Like, I ate a salad every fucking night. And then, like, what do you want me to tell you? I had some fruit earlier.
I do appreciate everybody's birthday love. I do appreciate it.
All right. Well, happy birthday. I'm glad you enjoyed your virtual card. And, I think next year, maybe take the day off.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the good move to do. No, honestly, I do appreciate everyone wishing me a happy birthday. Hard Knocks was cool. Camp starts tomorrow, so it has that new school feel, I guess. For you, yeah.
And the Neal's on your.
Oh, okay. Thank you for reminding me. PUP, yeah, you nailed that one.
Told you.
So it's going to be interesting.
I'm just so good. Like, we don't even need psychics on the show. You just need me.
Yeah, just need you, Nikki, Miss Cleo, Nikki.
Do you remember her?
Yeah. So Evan Neal, that's going to be interesting. We haven't seen him all camp off season. Obviously, his ankle is still barking. So let's see. Does Illuminar get shifted to right tackle? And
hope so.
And we are flirting with Van Broughton, who is a Raider. He's been around the league for the last couple of years. He would probably shift into one of the starting guard spots if Evan Neal's not ready to play. So a lot of intrigue with that right tackle situation and the whole building blocks, because I really don't see Joshua Zudu filling in that role at right tackle. But
can we just get right tackle right?
Yeah, if we get it right tackle right and Andrew Thomas is healthy, we can be decent.
You seem very unconvincing. You were super homerish last night. Tonight you seem like you've been beaten down. I'll give you a pass because it's your birthday. But I think your homerness is going to get reignited on Monday when we have a special guest come on.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, of all the teams the team that he roots for, and he's bashing us.
Yeah.
I mean,
4 wins. 4 wins. Said Dable is like on the hot seat. The whole front office is on the hot seat. How did this front office get rid of their, face of the franchise and Saquon? He's rooting for Saquon to come into MetLife and have a career day against us. So he's going to come on Monday, and you guys have to promise me you're not going to talk wrestling. That's all.
There's no promises, mommy.
All right. Well, we will see you guys Monday. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Yeah, we got about 2 hour and a half left of the night. Make sure you wish Danny a happy birthday. Again, I will say happy birthday. Thank you for your friendship. I appreciate you always being there for me and sometimes putting your real life on hold for, of course, me. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We will see you Monday. Stay tuned. We have a special guest. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Enjoy.